Warm greetings to all my dear students. Today we are going to learn the diagrammatic presentations, and diagrammatic presentations means this is the presentations with the help of diagrams. When the data is presented with the help of diagrams, then it is considered as diagrammatic presentations. Diagrammatic presentation is one of the most convincing and appealing ways of presenting statistical results. So let us learn about the diagrammatic presentations. There are different types of diagrams. One is one-dimensional diagrams, two-dimensional diagrams, three-dimensional diagrams, pictograms and cartograms. For our concern, we'll be dealing with only two types, that is one-dimensional diagrams, which includes simple bar diagram, multiple bar diagram, subdivided bar diagrams, percentage bar diagrams, broken scale bar diagrams, deviation bar diagrams. So we'll be covering simple, multiple, subdivided bar diagrams along with percentage bar diagrams. Then talking about the two-dimensional diagrams, we'll be dealing with rectangles, squares, circles, that is and along with pie diagrams. So let us consider first the pie diagrams. Pie diagrams means the presenting discrete data of qualitative characteristics such as blood group, RH factor, age group, sex groups, causes of mortality or social groups in a population, etc. The frequencies of the groups are shown in a circle. Degrees of angle denote the frequency and the areas of the sector. It gives comparative difference at a glance. Size of each angle is calculating by multiplying the frequency divided by total frequency into by 360. So this is the formula that we'll be using for finding out the bar diagrams. So we have already done some questions on the basis of this bar diagram. So we have already calculated one. So this is very important formula that we need to understand, and we need to remember whenever we are dealing with these pie diagrams. Now, entire circle is equal, it is considered that entire circle is equal to 100% of the data. What are the steps that we need to consider while drawing a pie diagrams? Draw a circle, find the center points of the circle, draw a radius, use a protractor to mark the angles of the first pie slice. So accordingly, when we will done with the angles, that is degrees of angle, then we can easily draw with the help of these degrees of pie diagrams. Okay, so these questions we have already done. So following tables gives the monthly expenditure of a family. It can be represented by means of a pie diagrams. How we have found out the items, and what is the degree for food, that is total the amount of food expenditure on food rupees 1050 divided by total into 360, you will get the degree. Okay, now let us talk about the one-dimensional diagram, that is bar diagrams. Bar diagrams consist of a series of rectangular bars of equal width. The bars stands on common baseline with equal gap between one bar and another. The bars may be either horizontal or vertical. The bars are constructed in such a way that their length are proportional to the magnitudes, that is frequency. Space between consecutive bars are equal and the bars are of equal width. These instructions need to be noted. Simple bar diagram. What is simple bar diagram? It is used to represent when items have to be compared with regard to a single characteristics. Here the items are represented by rectangular bars of equal width and height proportional to their magnitude. The bars are drawn on a common baseline with equal distance between consecutive bars. The bars may be shaded. Okay. So transport to school, if you're talking about an example which shows the number of ways children travel to school in one of the classes, then through bicycles only 2, by bus 3, cars 6, walk 18, scooter nobody, train nobody. So likewise we can plot a simple bar diagram. Talking about the number of death, chronic lower respiratory disease 1594. Likewise the data is collected on the basis of number of death on different diseases. So subdivided, talking about now subdivided components or stacked or proportional bar diagram. Subdivided bar diagram. The data have items whose magnitude have 2 or more components. Here the items are represented by rectangular bars of equal width and height proportional to magnitude. Then the bars are divided so that subdivisions in height represents the components. Subdivision of heights represents components. To distinguish the components from one another clearly, different shades are applied and an index describing the shades is provided. Component bars are drawn when a comparison of total magnitudes along with the components is required. So let us see an example which shows the strength of students in nursing degree course. BSc 10, then 40, first year BSc, second year BSc, third year BSc and fourth year BSc. So number of boys and girls, so boys are 10 and total on girls 30, so total 40. So it is divided into 10 and 40. Likewise 7, 38, 6 and 41, 9 and 29. Now third type, that is percentage bar diagram. Percentage bar diagram is used to represent items whose magnitudes have 2 or more components. The comparison of components are expressed as percentage of the corresponding totals. The totals are represented by bars of equal width and height equal to 100 each. These bars are divided according to the percentage components. The different subdivisions are shaded properly and an index which describes the shades is provided. So when we are talking about subdivided bar diagrams, it represents percentage of total for each component instead of their magnitude. Each component of data is expressed as a percentage with respect to the corresponding total. Percentage bars are useful in comparing percentage components. An example shows preference of extracurricular activities the student in nursing course based on gender. So on dance, TV and sports, this is the percentage of data, taking all the percentage as 100, then depending upon their percentage, like for TB how many dances, how many, that is being represented. Okay, now we can represent poor community and rich community, percentage of energy obtained fats, percentage of energy obtained protein and percentage of energy obtained carbohydrate. If you are going to draw the percentage bar diagrams, then you will find that how we are going to distribute the percentage of energy obtained food. Poor community only 10%, percentage of energy obtained protein, that is 10%, and 80% percentage of energy obtained carbohydrate. Okay, so there are examples given in a book. We are supposed to complete it or do it of our own as a homework. So I'll be instructing you to solve some problems. Now let us understand the concept of multiple bar diagrams. When there are two or more different comparable sets of values, multiple bars are drawn. That is in order to show import and export on a same diagram. Here, sets of rectangle bars of equal width with height proportional to the value are drawn. The bars corresponding to the same unit are placed together adjacent to one another. The diagram is shaded properly and an index is provided. So bar diagrams will be drawn like this. An example shows the strength of a student based on gender classification in nursing degree courses. 10 students in BSc and 40 students, 40 girls are there in BSc nursing, and only 10 boys have taken admission in BSc nursing. Similarly, we can find out for different datas. Now talking about the deviation bar diagrams, useful for presenting net quantities which have both positive and negative values. The positive deviations are presented by bars above the baseline, while negative deviations are presented by bars below the baseline. Okay, deviation of budget expenditure. So on certain things it is given, if it is positive then it will be represented on positive side, that is above x-axis, and when it is negative then it is below x-axis. Scale will be used y to minus y. Variations from budget in different areas. Administration actual 200, budget has been spent is 175, variation is 25. So likewise you can find it for different types of data. Sales in percentage, when we are talking about, that can also be recorded. Now other types of presentation of data is stem and leaf. A stem and leaf plot is a quick way to organize large amount of data. A special table where each data value is split into a leaf and a stem. The stem values are listed down and the leaf values goes right from the stem values. The stem is used to group the scores and each leaf indicates the individual scores within the each groups. So example, present the pulse rate of 19 sample before and after intervention. Pulse rate before it was 99,888 and 6, and after likewise we have calculated. So when we have taken the 19 sample and it has been presented accordingly. Thank you. This was all about diagrammatic presentation. Thank you and have a nice day.